If you're new to the channel, please consider liking, subscribing, all of that. If you are not new to the channel, you will see this as an update from the past 6 months. I have not posted a video at all. There are a lot of reasons for that, but in this video specifically, we're going to talk about over the past year, since the beginning of the channel, what has changed versus what has not. And we're going to go through phase by phase based on when I first started the channel versus the last 6 months or so that you guys haven't seen me. So to get it started, about 1 year ago, I told myself I was going to change my life, and I started documenting everything on this channel. So at first, I started with 183 days challenge. My friend Matthew actually suggested it to me. Him and his buddies were doing it at the time. So he said, okay, post something every single day on YouTube and on Instagram for the 183 days and basically document what you're doing. So at that time, I believe I had just started the Instagram account for the Polymath channel, and that ended up taking a huge leap in followers during that time. So that was basically the early phase, the 183 days, and I'm going to go into more of that. I put a little presentation together to make it easier for myself to get through everything in a timely manner. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So basically, yep, the last year of my life, what actually happened. Let me click through. Okay, so yeah, I just brought up the 183 days to change my life. Big goals, trying everything I can. I didn't really have a clear system. Honestly, my system hasn't really changed much. Some things have changed, some things haven't. I'm still playing around with a bunch of stuff, and you guys will see that in the next slides. So, at the end of the year, I did the Great Lock-In. It was September through December, and basically doing everything I can to push as far as I can through my goals. Now, I set a lot of really big goals, and I did not meet all of them. Honestly, I only met a couple of them, but they were significant enough for me to feel like I did make a lot of progress. So we'll go through. These were the year-end targets that I had. Was 715 pairs of shoes, 100,000 on the Polymath account, and 1,000 people in the Discord group. I'll tell you guys more about that. I'm no longer doing the Discord group, but I'll tell you guys that in the Polymath slide. YouTube, 1,000 subs, 4,000 watch hours. That was basically just for me to get monetized. I don't really care about making money from YouTube right now, so I kind of put that in the back burner. And getting my crypto holding up to 10,000, I started doing the math, and basically the money I would have in crypto versus what I would have in my business would make a huge difference in the business if I had that instead there. And the margins I make are a lot higher now than I had before. So I'd much rather have my holding of any cash, any investment money into my business rather than having it in crypto or somebody else's business like stocks. Instead of putting money into somebody else's business, I'd rather put it in mine, and I should be able to reap the benefits and the rewards of that. I'm taking on the risk. I know that I'm capable of making a return on that money, and because I feel confident in myself, that's what I decided to do, and you guys will see the progress I did make there. And then with fitness, I said to get to 140 pounds and 12% body fat percentage. I was close over the past month or so. I got really close to this number, so I've been on the up on this side. I definitely feel a lot better. I've been taking care of my health a lot more, so that's pretty good. So this is what actually happened. By December, I ended up getting to 1,000 pairs instead of 715. Now, I did go into a higher amount of debt in order to do so, but I felt like it was necessary in order to get to the next goal within the shoe business, and that's to eventually get out of debt completely. And in my opinion, and also the opinion of others that I asked, basically, I put myself in more debt in the short term in order to get out of the debt faster. It's a little bit risky, but because the business has had over 4 years of background and showing that it can make a profit, that's what I decided to do, and that's what I did. It did pay off very well, and I did finish college. Like I said, I did miss several goals. Like I said, with the YouTube Polymath account, my fitness goals weren't met, but that 1,000 pairs meant a lot more to me than anything else, because I've been growing this business since I was in high school, and now that I finished college, it is a huge thing because I made a big decision this year, and that was to not take a job. So I am dedicating myself to fully doing my own thing. Right now, I'm doing Uber in order to make some extra money. That way, I can get ahead of my goals. And really, I didn't want to work for somebody else, and I've always been taught to not work for someone else. So I've taken that leap of faith, and I think I'll be okay. Some of you guys might think I'm crazy, but I guess we'll just have to see over time who's right. So, yeah, so this was a big thing that happened in November. I lost my grandpa, and he's the one I've been living with for the past 4 years since I started college. And basically, he passed in November, and I've been having to take care of the house since then. It's been a lot on me, honestly, and things have gotten tough. And honestly, balancing a job and finishing school out and everything like that would have been way too hard on me. And I've decided to take my own path, run the business, do Uber as extra income, and then I'm basically working on the house whenever I do have the time. So a lot of the times I'm Ubering in the morning and Ubering late at night, and then during the day I'm either working on my house or doing something. Yeah, it's just been a lot on me, and for the ones that do watch that know me personally, I'm sure you guys could tell how much of an impact that it's had on me. Yeah, it's just been tough, and I'm not really sure what else to say. It's kind of hard to talk about it still, but we're still pushing. We're still going. I didn't want you guys to think that I gave up on everything, so I wanted to upload this video and at least address this because it's been a big part of my life. And yeah, I mean, it's dictated a lot of things that's gone down in the past few months, and it's kind of changed the trajectory of my whole life. So I do want to share that with you guys. I want to be transparent with it as much as I can. Obviously, I'm not going to overshare either, but yeah. So this was the realization I hit, that busy doesn't always mean progress. I was working on a lot of stuff that didn't really do anything in the long term. I think honestly, with the realization of like my grandpa passing, I have to take care of the house now. And I mean, I had to like grow up a lot faster than I thought in the past, few months. I thought I was going to have time, a few more years at least, to save up money for my own house and move out. And now I'm taking on this house, and I do want the house, and I am getting it from my family, but I am purchasing it off of them. We still don't know the actual details yet. That's something I'll probably talk about in later episodes, probably towards the end of this year, maybe even next year, depending on when we get everything sorted out. But basically, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I had no systems. I did put that here, but I did have some systems in place. Like the shoe business had good systems, good structure. The clarity, though, was an issue because I really didn't know how to pinpoint what was more important than the other until like mid-November. So we're talking like halfway through like that 90-day period that I was, trying to focus on everything. I only realized like halfway then that the shoe business was the most important at that point. So that's what I ended up doing, and I mean, yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm focused on paying off debt. I'm doing Uber in order to get extra income. I'm trying to rebuild everything with structure. That way, I'm not going into debt to grow the business. I'm just growing the business based off of what assets it actually has, instead of me, going and using credit cards and all that. I just want to be out of debt completely before I take on the ownership of the house. So that is the goal for the end of the year. I guess I'll make another video going over all the goals for all the different, phases of my life. But as for right now, the goal is to get out of debt. That's the number one thing. So one of the problems I am gonna run into is that my car won't qualify for Uber next year. So whatever extra income I'm able to get this year, I won't be able to get next year. Now I do have some stuff in place that I could use. I could just get another car. I don't want to. So basically, I'm using this as a deadline in order for me to get my online revenue going. It depends on how that is structured. So it could be like on the Polymath account, I could make a bunch of money on that. I don't know. I have been offering financial services to people, so I've been doing people's accounting, bookkeeping for their businesses. I'm doing personal finance, so like credit repair, all that, and then helping people start up their businesses and run their businesses smoother. So I think that is the route that I will end up taking that will make the money to supplement the Uber income. But for now, it's kind of a toss-up, and I'm just seeing whatever sticks, honestly. There's a lot of different things going on, so I'm going to just keep pushing as hard as I can, and whatever sticks and whatever works is what I'm going to keep pushing for, and, on to the next thing, really, because if you sit around and wait, things are just going to pass right by you, and if you don't do it now, you'll never do it. So yeah, so the new direction, like I said, helping people organize their finances and getting people's credit on track. Basically, the way I'm thinking of it is I can get a client that does not have the best credit, that wants to build their credit. I mean, the target audience would probably be a younger person in their 20s. Basically, not only can I help them build their credit, but then I can also help them start saving to buy a car, to buy a house, to start a business. And then once they start a business is when like the lifetime value of the client will actually grow a lot more than I would just having a client that just does business. Basically, I'm going to have a higher ROI on getting new clients when it comes to getting people from credit all the way through. So I think it'll be the easiest to find people that need credit help, but I think it will be very difficult to get them all the way through, but they would be really great testimonies for when I build the website out, which I just did. I'll put that in the link in the description. I'm also going to link Matthew's page. I did mention him earlier. I just want to remember and remind myself to do that. And yeah, so basically get them in with credit, then do all their personal finances for them, help them start a business, and then hopefully grow it to millions of dollars. So at least that's the goal. We'll see if I can actually do it. It'd be really cool to see if I could take somebody from really bad credit to, multi-millions, but I got to do that for myself too first. So we'll see how that goes. But I think taking on clients that are in a similar financial, situation as I'm in will help me, have the motivation to continue as well. Seeing them do good things with their finances too. So yeah, so the next goal and I think what I should have put is paying off the debt completely, other than, replacing the Uber income. I do want to get out of debt. That's the number one thing. I wouldn't say replacing the Uber income is as high of a priority as paying off the debt, because paying off the debt will actually possibly remove the necessity of having Uber, depending on how much the shoe business is making. Obviously, if I grow to that 2,000 pairs, I should be making close to $50,000 a year. And I guess for comparison, that's what I would be making at a job with my degree. So if I can get to that 2,000 pairs by the end of the year, I can confidently say myself that working for myself is, more cost effective and time effective than working a job. So this is just a start, of course. I am going to be posting a video in the next few days. It should be on June 1st. I'm going to record it right after this video, actually. Basically, I found another channel called Slow Stack Society. He posts basically a bunch of financial stuff, and he goes over his net worth every single month. So I thought it would be a good idea for me to start that for myself as well, and then basically take you guys along the journey, and then I can kind of explain how the shoe business works as well, and what I'm going to count as assets versus liabilities when it comes to that business too. So I do want to post a lot more regularly on YouTube. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of clients, and be able to help a lot of people too. Obviously, replacing the Uber income is important to me, but if I'm able to just help people, that's also really good. And yeah, I mean, we'll see, where that leads me. But as far as this video, that's where I'm gonna end it. Please let me know what you thought, and let me know if the audio is better too, because I watched the other videos back and you guys were commenting on how bad the audio was. I did realize I tried fixing it. If it's not good enough, please let me know. I will reach out to somebody in the Polymath Discord or school community. I guess I didn't go into that as much, but I'll do that in another video. But basically, I started a school community. I'll basically reach out to somebody there. I'm sure somebody will be able to help me. I'm not the greatest when it comes to microphones and stuff like that, so I'm much better when it comes to running a business. So this is just the side part that I kind of have to do in order to grow an online presence. So yeah, with that being said, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, of course, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.